Hey everyone, R.K. Bentley back again today with some more roadside apologetics. I wanted to talk today about something that I write a lot about on my blog, and if you've never visited my blog, it's rkbentley.blogspot.com. I call it a sure word, so go there and check it out. But one thing I talk about a lot is creation and evolution. I think that's the big challenge facing the church now. So if you've ever talked to people at all who believe in evolution and discuss the issue with them, one thing that I've seen over and over and over again is that they will shamelessly conflate the terms natural selection and evolution as though they're the same thing. And they do this for a very obvious reason. They want to point out examples of natural selection and use it as evidence for evolution. So they try to make you think that natural selection and evolution are the same thing. Now, I don't know if they do it ignorantly. I'm sure there's some people who do it ignorantly. They don't know the difference. But I think there's a lot of people who do it intentionally. So I wanted to talk just a minute today to explain the difference between natural selection and evolution. So when I talk about natural selection, I like to use the examples of dogs, okay? Because so many people are familiar with dogs. Dogs come in a lot of different colors. Dogs come in a lot of different shapes. They're just a lot of variety. It's amazing how different one dog can be from another dog. Okay, you got the very large Great Danes, you got the very small Chihuahuas, and you got a whole range in between. But suppose you take a pack of dogs, let's say 30 dogs, 40 dogs, 50 dogs, okay, just a pack of mutts. So they're all different shapes and sizes and just all different things. And you release them into an environment. Let's just say it's a wooded environment. And then you just leave them to their own devices. No human intervention. Just let nature take over. What's going to happen? Well, some things will start happening immediately. First off, the dogs that don't have the instinct or the ability to hunt are going to start starving immediately. Okay? They're not going to find enough food to survive. So right off the bat, you're going to have some of the dogs just starving to death. Some of the dogs are going to be able to hunt, so they'll be able to get food, okay? But they're going to find things like the color of the coats. If they're better camouflaged, for example, they're going to have an easier time to sneak up on prey than, let's say, a dog that's all white. A dog all white's going to be spotted quicker by its prey and not tend to catch as much food. So over time, these animals will start to maybe starve a little bit. And, their fur length, it has to be a certain length. Their fur can't be too short. It has to be long enough to keep them warm when it's cold. It has to be long enough to keep the sun from burning their skin. But it can't be too long. That way it would get tangled. It would stick in the woods. It would get matted. It would harbor disease-carrying insects, okay? So it can't be too short, can't be too long. And every feature about the dog is going to be tested. The shape of its body. Is it long? Is it sleek? Is it short? Is it, what works best in that environment, okay? How well can it see? How high can it jump? How fast can it run? How well does it hear? Everything about the dog is going to be tested. And the ones who have traits suited to that environment are going to tend to live longer in that environment. And the animals that don't have traits suited to that environment are going to start to be eliminated from the environment. Okay? It's called selection for a reason. It selects the traits that work in that environment. Right? That's natural selection. And over time, it's a very efficient tool. You'll see something remarkable happen. All of the pups that are born are going to start looking alike. They're going to all have similar colors. They're going to all have similar sizes and shapes and hair length. They're going to start to look alike. It might look something like a wolf, but they're going to start to look alike, and they will be able to be identified as belonging to the same group. We might even call them a species at that point. But that's natural selection. It takes traits that are present in a population. It selects the traits that are most suited to that environment, and the other traits are eliminated. Now, evolution, on the other hand, is quite a different story. For evolution to happen, animals have to acquire new traits. For example, you can't turn a dinosaur into a bird without adding feathers. You have to add something. You can't turn a reptile into a mammal without adding hair, okay? You have to add something. If you want to turn a molecule into a man, you've got to add, bones and blood and skin and hair and organs and a million other features, okay? How much would you have to add to a molecule to turn it into a man? So evolution is about adding things to the population. If you want a population to evolve, it has to start coming up with new traits. Fish, if they're going to live on land, have to evolve legs, right? Okay, they don't have legs. They have to get legs to be able to evolve on land. You see, it's about adding. That's all evolution needs. It has to have new features in order to evolve, period. So the dilemma is this. Natural selection is a mechanism by which unsuitable traits are removed from an environment. Evolution is a theory where animals become better suited by acquiring new features. So you see the dilemma? You can't add new features by continuously taking away features. Natural selection is the opposite of evolution. So when somebody is talking to you and they're giving you examples of natural selection and say, let's just let these things happen long enough and it'll turn, a dinosaur into a bird, it's a joke. It's laughable. It doesn't happen. Okay? Natural selection is the opposite of evolution. Natural selection will never, ever, ever lead to evolution. It doesn't matter how long it happens. So next time you're talking to somebody and they're trying to talk to you about evolution and they start showing you examples of natural selection, you'll know they're lying. Okay? So thanks a lot. Keep checking back. Please comment below if you disagree with me. If you want something else you want me to talk about, please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Thanks again for visiting. You have a great day.